From dolphins to dinosaurs and a whole bunch more, as well as a whole bunch of Primordial tyrants news regarding Psittacosaurus, their current playables, and a mystery creature. We have a lot to dive through today for Path of Titans mods, so let's get right to it. We're starting things off with some current Primordial Tyrants mods. You've got Giganotosaurus and Carnotaurus receiving, or to be receiving, some makeovers or some tender love and care. So let's start with Giganotosaurus because this one has received a new run. That's all it's got so far. This was at the end of October and I'm not too sure if it's actually in game just yet, but this is a brand new run. And when you compare it to the old one, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more fluid. It kind of leans into the run a little bit more rather than being a little bit more upright or stiff, and it just looks so much better. I really like this new one compared to the old one. I'd love to know what you think. Do you prefer the old one? Do you prefer the new one? I personally think it's night and day. I prefer the new one a lot more. As for Carnotaurus, however, this has received some updates to its textures to keep it in line with the current roster of Primordial Tyrants mods and their recent development over the months, because their detailing and just their work overall with texturing and everything like that has gone incredibly well. And this is no surprise here that the texturing on the Carnotaurus, the new one, is a lot better too. We actually have a comparison between the head textures of the old and the new. You can show and see how deep the head texturing now is. The level of depth is a lot better, and it just means the detailing looks a lot better as well. And then they also have a full body comparison. One thing that I did notice with this one is that the older one looks lighter than the newer one, and that could be to do with the level of depth, especially in the scales and the gaps between them. It looks like it's deeper, which allows to bring out maybe darker colors or make it look darker, but maybe the skin color has changed as well ever so slightly. I'm not too sure there. Either way, it looks a lot better, and the level of detail on these mods just keeps improving and improving as they keep going, and that's one of the great things I really like to see from this mod group, especially Primordial Tyrants. They do this very well. Their older mods, they'll make sure they're kept up to date with the roster that as it's growing, so nothing looks out of the ordinary. It's always nice to see the progress when they do stuff like this, because Carnotaurus received a remodel ever so recently. I think it was last year, and so it wasn't really expected to get a new one anytime soon. That being said, it looks great and I can't wait to see this in game. The Psittacosaurus is getting further and further along in its development. It is now over halfway. It's got 28 out of the 48 tasks completed, ticked off on the Trello page now. This is probably out of date slightly, and I bet you anything that when I upload this video, they're probably going to post more teasers or more updates on the Trello board for the Psittacosaurus. But that being said, we have some stuff to showcase, some emotes and calls, and I'll showcase the emotes because they are calls as well, and then at the end I'll showcase them so you can listen to the calls. So we do have what I'm assuming is an aggressive emote or call, which is extremely wild in its movement, very fluid, very just vibrant and flashy. It's really cool. And the next one is the friendly call, which the call itself is absolutely adorable. The animation to go along with it is adorable as well. So have a listen to them and let me know which one do you prefer, the aggressive or the friendly. I prefer the aggressive just because of the movement in it. It moves very nicely, very just like a little tiny angry man, you know, and like a tiny chihuahua that's really angry. I don't know, something like that, but I prefer it, to be fair. Let me know what you think. Primordial Tyrants team have also teased a brand new creature that they are working on. Now we can kind of decipher what this is, but so far we got, well, a tail, and that's it, because the creator said you can have this for now until I'm done, and that's all he said. That's literally all what they said, and there's no indication of what this creature could be. Even the save file name doesn't tell us what the creature is. However, you can make an educated guess based on what creatures on the Trello board are in their sculpting phase. And one of them got recently updated on the Trello board. So we've got Herrerasaurus, which is one of them, and the other one is Poposaurus, which is a pseudo-sushian, I believe it is. It's an early non-dinosaur from the Triassic, but it's like a crocodile that can walk on two legs kind of thing. And it's one of them weird things that came from the Triassic. Anyways, I don't think it's Herrerasaurus, because if you compare it to the actual model that we have from the Primordial Tyrants team of the Herrerasaurus, it doesn't really match up. But then when you compare the tail that we see here with the standard build of Poposaurus, it kind of looks similar, and that makes it feel like it could be Poposaurus, especially since it got an update on the trailer board as well, which said that it was, if we go to the activity, it says added Poposaurus to unspecified date, and that was 4 days ago, but it's going through sculpting, so that could be what it is. Now, of course, we have no confirmation that this is Poposaurus. We have no confirmation that it's Herrerasaurus either. We just know it's a tail. Now, I would love to know what you think. Do you think it's Poposaurus, or do you think it's something completely different, like Torvosaurus or something like that? I'd love to know what you think here, because, well, it's a theory at the end of the day, and it's always cool to get teasers like this. The Archaic Eons team have teased a new creature that they are working on, and this is Ankylorrhiza, which is a toothy dolphin. They started with the sculpt, which showcased just a basic sculpt, no textures or anything like that. That was at the end of October. Since then, they've made some progress, and they've shown the more up-to-date model, full sculpt, with a skin texture on it. It looks absolutely amazing. The model also showcases one of the skins. As I mentioned, it's a mix of browns and yellows. It looks very nice, kind of like a river dolphin, so to say. And what is actually really good about this dolphin is that the Archaic Eons team have said this one is now their top priority, or their main priority, which looks like this will probably be the next mod that they release. Now, we do know that the last mod they released was Andrewsarchus. Since then, they kind of haven't really released any new mods, but they have been teasing quite a few, from Lizowichia to some other creatures. And now we've got the dolphin, which seems to be the main priority for this mod team. We also have some animations to showcase. It is the swimming animation, I believe. It could be the slow swim or the normal swim, but it is a slow looking swim animation. However, we only have this. We have it from two angles. We have it from a front view and a side view, and that's that with that one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And yeah, that is the Ankylorrhiza toothy dolphin thing, and it looks like we're getting another dolphin in the game. You know, we've got the killer whale on the way, which technically is a dolphin, and the next one now is Ankylorrhiza, which is another toothy dolphin that's technically a killer dolphin as well. And I wonder which one will be the winner if they went up against a brawl. My money's on the killer whale, but yeah. I'm also ending this on news from the Divine Beasts team. Now, these have been showcasing some stuff, and it's actually quite amazing what they're doing here. But the latest update, as we know, Sarcosuchus got Clamp, and Deinonychus and Latanovenatrix got Pounce, right? So that means modders will be updating their dinosaurs roster to be able to either be pounced, pounce, or be grabbed, or grab, right? And Divine Beasts have taken this to a T. They've gone too far with this one. They need to be stopped, but I actually like what they're doing here. For example, the Velociraptor, which is based off my OC, gets pounced, right? That's really cool, and I can't wait to see that. But what's more remarkable is the Zhuchengtyrannus will be getting what is a thrash ability, or a clamp and thrash ability. This is an early work in progress, but essentially means that the Zhuchengtyrannus can pick up a dinosaur that it's on his back and thrash it around, which I really like the idea of that. We don't actually have that for any dinosaur in the game at the moment. I don't think Sarco can grab something from its back. It can just grab something in front of it. That being said, this technically gets two abilities. You get the clamp, which allows it to pick things up, and then you get the thrash, which the developers said was thrashing. I don't know if that was a spelling mistake or if it was just the actual name of the ability is called thrashing. But it's pretty much where you thrash them around and go at them like it's a chew toy, so to say. It is absolutely awesome. I love the look of it, and I can't wait to see this in-game in action, and also the amount of damage this is probably going to do to some dinosaurs that it's able to pick up, right? Especially the little raptors that have pounced onto it. But yeah, that is that. Let me know what you think about the Zhuchengtyrannus thrash or trash, or whatever the ability is called. I'm very excited for it, and I can't wait to see more progress on it. But yeah, it's an early work in progress. We probably won't see it for a little while. And so yeah, don't get your hopes up that it's coming like anytime soon. We just don't know when it's coming. We know it's coming, Don't know when though. And there we have it, everybody. Let me know your thoughts about all this stuff in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think, as always. But yeah, that's the latest modding news for Path of Titans. Now we go into the weekend, and we have a jolly old time preparing more stuff for the next week. We have some stuff coming up, which I'm working on. I'm working on a top 10 upcoming Dinosaur games video, and also some other stuff as well. An advanced guide for Path of Titans is coming to carry on from my beginner's guide, but I don't know when that one's going to be out. I just know the upcoming Dinosaur games video, planning to get out soon for you all. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.